Welcome back to Road to Fire. We're a family of three documenting our journey to fire, financial independence, retire early. Let's chat about our May 2021 net worth update. I'll provide all of our current assets and liabilities and outline how we're tracking towards our goals with all real numbers like always, so please hang with me. We finally hit a new net worth milestone. Our net worth is finally over $400,000. May ended up being a great month for us financially for the most part. I did get a bit in my feelings during my birthday as turning 32 made me realize how much farther I expected to be at this age. I'm over it now, but realizing that everything happens for a reason. The market unfortunately had mild gains for us across our platforms and our stock investments, but we will always continue to stay the course and put money into the market via the DCA method. Most of our growth was attributed to our debt-free journey progress in May and a small equity uptick in our home. I'm still very conservative with how we evaluate our house, but get this, we did have a few investors reach out and approach us for buying our property. Can you believe it? We bought this home back in November 2020 and someone is already trying to buy our duplex. I'm not interested in selling, but really hope this housing market gets back to normal or some sort of normal. Although we track our net worth monthly, we really spend most of our time focusing on our key fire assets growth over time. So calculating your net worth is pretty simple. I always share this just to level set things if you're new here. But to find your net worth, you take your assets minus your liabilities. Think of your assets as what you own, while your liabilities are what you owe. Keep in mind, though, that not all assets are weighted the same. We don't include assets with a value less than $5,000 into our calculations just to make things easier for us. We choose the inputs that make most sense for us and our long-term plan, but adjust as needed for your own calculations. Okay, I wanted to share a quick snapshot of our net worth back in July of 2020. This was the first net worth video we posted on this channel, and I created an entire net worth playlist if you want to see our progress. In July, our total assets were just over $262,000, including our investments, cash, and our 2 cars. As you can see, we were missing real estate at this point. But things get really ugly here. Back in July of last year, we had over $55,000 in car loan debt. Yikes. Let's just say lifestyle creep hit me personally. But our overall net worth was over $207,000 at this point. Now I share this because if you watched this video last year, you would have heard my frustration on how low our net worth was despite our high income. But I used that disappointment, frustration, and anger to fuel and change our trajectory. It took time, but we are nearly doubling our net worth in less than 1 year. Okay, so let's review our current numbers. All numbers are through the end of May. The 31st was a holiday. Thank you to all who serve our country. But those numbers are a snapshot in time because if I check our accounts now, I'm sure everything has shifted or adjusted, probably for the better. We treat these updates like a checkpoint to see how we're progressing against our goals for the year and to keep us motivated. Last month, we invested $3,910, which was less than April, as we had an unexpected car repair bill. We were about $1,600 short of our target. Despite investing less overall, we were still able to see a positive net worth gain month over month. I'm still very happy with how 2021 has gone so far. Q2 hasn't been as strong as Q1, but there is still 1 month left to go. So our assets are made up of 2 main sections, our large and our fixed assets, as well as our liquid assets or our fire assets. By design, our net worth is almost all in our stock portfolio outlined here. Real estate is part of our long-term plan, but at a smaller scale. So our large and our fixed assets include 3 assets. First are our 2 cars, which are both depreciating assets but still have value. But in a shocking change of events, the value of our used cars has increased in our market. In fact, our second car is now worth $2,000 more. Now, I did not adjust the valuation here, but I did read there is a used car shortage inflating car values. I do want to sell our second car so bad, and I hope this will convince my husband to let it go. And our other asset is our duplex, which we bought in the end of November of last year. The current value of the duplex is over $375,000, but I'm conservatively only putting a small percentage just to hedge in this inflated market. These 3 assets values are up about $6,000 month over month, driven by our home equity landing at about $425,563,000 so far. For our liquid assets, we include our investments, both taxable and non-taxable, as well as our cash on hand and our sinking funds. For cash, we have about $2,369 in our checking accounts and just over $25,000 in our savings, which is about the same from last month. We are really working to get this higher as we are clear to buy our second home from our lender. In total, we have about $27,500 of cash in our accounts, mostly within our saving accounts and Capital One. For retirement, we have about $233,000 in our 401ks, IRAs, and our Roths, and that is about a $3,000 increase from last month. And we have about $82,381 in our after-tax brokerage accounts, up about $3,000 month over month as well. In total, our liquid assets, also known as our fire assets, are at $343,374. No personal items worth noting here, so that'll always remain at zero. So for total liabilities, we still have only 2 line items here for now. We have 1 car loan and the balance is around $24,981, which is down about $1,700 from last month. We then have our current mortgage on our house hack with a balance just over $340,000. Rate is extremely low, so there's no desire to pay this off fast. In total, we owe just over $365,000, which is nearly a $3,000 decrease from last month. So here's our total net worth breakout for May. We track our net worth at the end of every month versus the beginning. Our total assets are at $768,937, including our liquid and long-term fixed assets, which is up about $11,000 from last month. And our total liabilities, including our last car loan and our duplex, is just over $365,000, making our total net worth to be over $403,677, which is an over $13,000 increase month over month, driven by our home equity and debt payments. So I'm so happy to finally hit this new net worth milestone. So our next milestone is to hit $425,000. I'm projecting we'll hit this at about the end of summer unless the market decides to act funny. If we keep going on our current trajectory and maintain a 5-figure growth each month, this is doable. But we can't control our net worth. Of course, we can keep investing, saving, and paying off debt, but because we are heavily weighted in the market, our numbers are basically out of our hand. We invest mainly in index funds that cover large portions, if not all, of the U.S. market, so if the economy is shaking, then so is our net worth. I'm becoming less hyper-focused on our net worth and more focused on simply staying the course, just following the steps without stressing. It's liberating finally getting to this moment. If you watch any of my earlier net worth videos, you have heard me in distress, worry, anger, and misplaced disappointment on our progress. I've let all of those emotions go as I begin to realize that I should only focus on the things that I can control. So here's our net worth trend graph for 2021. We have officially tracked our net worth for 12 full months, although I did not start documenting our journey until the end of June on YouTube. It would have been nice to see a year-over-year view. So we ended 2020 with a net worth of just under $330,000, and last month we had a net worth slightly over $390,000. Now we have a net worth a little bit over $400,000. That is a $73,000 increase since the start of the year. Now, I really don't know how to gauge that, but it feels good anyways. From April to May, we saw a 3.49% increase, but it felt larger because we hit a new milestone. So here's how we're tracking towards our biggest financial goal of the year. We are edging closer and closer to getting our net worth over $495,000 by the end of 2021. This number was heavily driven by our proposed earning potential for this year. Right now, we're tracking about 81.55% to our goal. We would need to increase our net worth by over $90,000 in the remaining 7 months of the year. Seems scary when I say it like that, but by the end of June, to hit the halfway point, we need our net worth to be about $415,000 or just a $12,000 increase. So about 4%-ish. I think it's possible. I'm really hoping our investments perform better in June to carry us to that 50% yard line. If we don't get it, I won't be bugging. We personally set goals that are almost out of reach to stretch us. Each year, we set goals that seem impossible until we hit them. And the next year, we do it all over again. I find that goal setting is a simple yet effective tool to help us pursue and follow through on what we want to accomplish. Anyone obsessed with goal setting and checking things off your list like me, I feel that there are 2 types of people, those who set so many goals and just those who don't. Now, if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. But don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe below. Until next time.